So yeah, Ori and the Blind Forest is it's kind of like has an art style reminiscent of Children of Light, and it's not like a turn-based RPG. It's like a platformer. It looks really cool. Looks like a spiritual successor to like Lion King for Genesis, if you ever played that before. Looks really awesome, but it's coming to PC. That's the important thing. It's not just Xbox One. It's Xbox One and PC. They just didn't say it during the conference. So Ori looks really awesome. Sunset Overdrive looks really fucking cool. As someone who thoroughly enjoyed Jet Set Radio, I really liked the art direction and aesthetics and just gameplay speed of Sunset Overdrive. I also like how it really like knocked against like all the brown and grim shooting that previous generation made FPS really infamous for. Okay. Now, technically, I should have here for the Halo the Master Chief Collection. You know, it includes Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4, all bumped up to next-gen HD resolutions with textures and all the other stuff here. But that's not what everyone saw. That's not what I saw. The first thing I saw when the whole thing happened was Halo 2 Online for a modern generation. And they even emphasize this really for the retro people here. It's Halo 2 in Halo 2 engine with the Halo 2 multiplayer glitches still valid. So rocket launcher glitch, you know, rocket launcher switch to sword lock on teleport glitch is still in there. You know, the glitch that actually added tech and meta into Halo 2 multiplayer is like still a thing. Like if they got rid of that, it'd be the equivalent of having a Melee, like a Smash Brothers Melee HD re-release, and they patch out wave dashing or whatever, you know. So everyone's extremely excited for that. So I think it's kind of funny because people see Halo 2 HD online. They don't care about Halo 3 because you know you already had Halo 3 or whatever. They don't, or really Halo 3 wasn't technically the for many people Halo 3 wasn't actually the prime for Halo multiplayer. They just, you know, they kind of enjoyed it because of, you know, it had a more thorough user base to exploit off of. And people really don't care about the Halo 5 Guardians beta. Like no one cares about that at all.
I don't care about what's close to you.
While I eat my ice cream.
Oh, you got some ice cream? Why didn't you give me none? I see. I sharing on my mom's
son,
food,
you were doing a thing.
I hit a home run.
Check you out.
The second one I hit the top of the fence.
Hey, they confirmed Pac-Man for Smash 4.
Pac-Man?
Yeah. Pac-Man.
Like Pac-Man, like...
Yeah, like...
No,
yes,
Pac-Man?
yes, nigga, Namco Pac-Man. No, Puck-Man. Yes, nigga, Pac-Man.
Shit. As long as they got Pit.
You this fanboy?
What? Are you allowed?
Yeah, I said you hear this fanboy? Nah, I'll call you out, bitch. Hey, come see. No, I want these niggas see you on camera right now so I can call you out, bitch. Come see, nigga. No, come see, nigga. Come be a real nigga, son. Don't be a bitch. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll talk shit about it anyway. Look. Alright, yeah, now look, now come over here, cause I ain't done it yet. Fuck, that's what I thought, bitch. Oh man, I'm busy supplying. No, hey.
Here's the real talk for you, bitch. Turn it on.
Alright, hey, fuck you. Bring that ass here, nigga. Bring that ass here.
Hashtag real talk.
Hey, come see. No, I'll play it. I don't give a fuck. Alright, anyways. That nigga right there, guarantee doesn't even know what game Pit is from. Couldn't tell you the game, the series, none of that. Couldn't do any of that. But Dick rides Pit to the moon and back because he's like decent with, I say decent like in a very generous broad term here. Thinks he's decent with Pit and Project M. Alright, so anyways, though. Master Chief Collection. Halo 2 HD. No one cares about Halo 3. No one really cares all about Halo 4, because Halo 4 fucking sucked. I'm sorry, but I'm throwing the facts at you now. Reach and Halo 4 both sucked. Anyone who enjoys Reach and 4 are not actual Halo fans, because they changed like everything so fucking much. And no one really cares at all about Halo 5 Guardians either. Sorry, when you buy Master Chief Collection, where you get the Halo 1 through 4, you also get the beta invite, which isn't a beta, by the way. I hate that fucking they call it betas now. It's really just fucking glorified demo for marketing. It's really not an actual beta, but whatever. Keep going here. What was I talking about again? But when you buy the Master Chief Collection, you get. Alright, no. Alright. Nick, alright, you dick ride Pit so fucking much.
Alright.
You don't even know what game Pit's from.
Yeah, I do. I played when I was a kid. Kid Icarus. Fuck. Yeah, nigga! Get the fuck off me, bitch! Don't tell me I know my nigga.
Bitch was listening to me earlier, fuck. Alright. I ain't mad, bitch.
I know you bad, nigga.
You still talking? Get the fuck up, nigga. Alright, so yeah, you get the beta for Halo 5 Guardian, but it's really all about the Halo 2 Online. So I expect to see a lot of hype for Halo 2 Online. So that's a positive in my book. I care about that. Again, I'm not sure that. Again, I currently don't own. I own neither. I don't own a Xbox One or a PS4. It'll take a lot for me to get into either one, given I already own a PC, right? Which there's a. I'll get to what's relevant for me as a PC modern gamer. Not really later on here, but those are the three positives that are relevant to me, not necessarily everyone else here. What I marked here, squiggly line identifies technically positive but may not be relevant to my interests. The Platinum Games exclusive Scalebound, is that what it's called? Problem with it is it's one of those like all pre-rendered cinematic cutscenes that don't really show any gameplay or even really show what the game will be about, just like a kind of like a vision of it or whatever. So I mean, it could be, as people are dubbing it, Panzer Dragoon 5, you know, kind of, sort of, or it could be something different. With Platinum, I have no idea. Not saying it's bad, not even saying that it's amazing, just that people are excited for it. Seems like a good thing, but I can't say much more than that because I have nothing to really base that off of. And a big problem with a lot of the things that were shown during Microsoft things is that a lot of it was pre-rendered cinematic with minimal gameplay to judge. And I am including the fact that a lot of it was probably scripted gameplay. You know what, you're right, I need to totally fucking add the Conquer thing too. The Conquer thing is just like in such poor taste there. I don't know, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm a nostalgia fag and I'm not really whatever, but like doing the Conquer tease on Project Spark just seemed incredibly disrespectful. Like which in a sense some people also were offended at the whole Dead Rising 3 DLC. But that's not really relevant to Microsoft's performance at the conference. But as you saw, I have to eat more because my ice cream's like melting pretty badly now. So, really cool thing is the Dead Rising 3 DLC. You know, Super Hyper Turbo HD EX plus Alpha squiggly mark. You know, with all the Power Stone, Felicia, Hager. I mean, you name the property. I can't even throw enough names out there at you for you to remember all of them. But you know, you had all these abandoned properties that have been desperately cling for love for a revival or some IP acknowledgement or something, and all you get is the tears nostalgia milked for a DLC profit, which is expected at this point from Capcom because their behavior in the past has shown that they'll do that because they know that you're bent over and willing to take it, but what I'm getting at there, I'm giving you the angle that some people felt that was tasteless for. So, now with that in mind, it's also relevant here too because of the whole Conquer thing. The Conquer thing, I feel, is extra bad because it directly says, you haven't seen me in a game in, what, 10 years? And, I mean, yeah, obviously. And, it was, I don't know, if you didn't see it, go watch the Project Spark trailer for Xbox One. At the very end, you get the Conquer tease, and, I don't know, it's just kicking a man while it's down. I mean, it's already bad that even if they technically did make a Conquer sequel or a new Conquer game, that it wouldn't work well because all the key members at Rare who actually made Conquer good are long gone now. None of them are even there anymore at Rare. Rare now is like modern Infinity Ward, where like fucking it's just a name that hopefully some idiot will buy the next Cock of Duty for or buy whatever, hoping that it's still good old Infinity Ward when really it's not. 1 second, I gotta eat. So, right, so even if they did actually greenlight a new Conquer, it would not be at all what the original was. And even then, even if they had a good team, who's excited and passionate to make a new Conquer game, the fact is, conceptually, is Conquer really gonna hold up well in modern context? Conquer at a time parodied many modern films, including Matrix and some other stuff from a long ass time ago. I'm not sure how much of Conquer has aged well for a non-nostalgic audience, to the point where making a new Conquer would even be a good idea anyway. So it just seems like a bad idea, like to tease that after you've already really kind of pissed everyone off with the Banjo nuts and bolts fiasco. I don't know. I mean, at this point, I associate Microsoft with being the reason why Rare dissolved, fell apart, and the sequels of the games we wanted, or the games that we wanted more of that genre, of the lucrative 3D 90s platformer in 3D or whatever, doesn't exist anymore, pretty much, outside of like Nintendo and a select few others. So that's Microsoft's conference. Overall, pretty meh. But we'll go further in here. Moving on here. Next one I have to judge here is Sony. So, again, not necessarily an entire gripping scale, just more what's relevant to me. GTA 5, I actually do enjoy GTA 3 and Vice City. My favorite being Vice City. Again, maybe there's lots of reasons I don't really know, but I fucking loved Vice City. GTA 4 actually I'd never finished. I didn't quite feel it was fun enough. I don't know. I got a little demotivated when I reached the second island on my original playthrough in 2008, and I never really got around to it. So when I heard that GTA 5, when I saw the first trailer, and they emphasized how fun. Sorry, hold on. Ice cream's like really melting here. Yo, hold on. Let's put this out. It's like melting so bad. I'm talking way too much. Okay, alright, now I have my full attention. Okay, so, again, sorry about that, I'm professional right now. So, yeah, I always felt that, like, GTA 4 wasn't quite, concerned, it was more concerned with, like, being more of an accurate simulation and less of just being fun. you know, and sure, and I feel like at some point they lost that with like the transition from San Andreas to GTA 4 with the pursuit of a more accurate simulation and less of the arcadey fun that, you know, such a great sandbox environment like Grand Theft Auto can really get you. But I'm not here to ramble all that though. Anyways, when GTA 5 came out and I heard it was really fucking good, I had a friend who already owned the game, and I saw like how constrained it was by the limited hardware of literally, you know, 8-year-old consoles at this point. And I was like, man, dude, if that gets a PC release, like I am all over it. I can't wait to play GTA 5 when it comes to PC, if it comes to PC. So I've been, you know, not really in a rush, and I wasn't in that much of a hurry to enjoy it. But now that it got announced for PC, that's a huge positive for me, relevant to me. Now, of course, no, you know, Sony, you know, paid a lot of money to make the GTA 5 next-gen trailer tailored to that. It's coming to PS4 when, you know, it's actually PS4, Xbox One, and PC this coming November, September, October, I don't know, into this year or whatever. So relevant to me. That's a plus. Actually, that's a change that. That should actually be a plus. Okay. Remember here, squiggly line is like technically positive, but not really relevant to me. I haven't played any of the Uncharted. I'm incredibly behind on playing a lot of the previous generations things. I never played any of the Mass Effects. I didn't play any of the Uncharteds. I haven't played any of the Resistances or I don't know. There's a lot of, and I might be bloating the must playness. I don't know what's the word I'm looking for here. The critical acclaim of a few of those trilogies, but I don't know. I haven't gotten around to Uncharted. You know, whatever. I suck. I don't know. I've been enjoying Yoshi Island too much to really get into it. But you know, Uncharted 4 happened, and I'm sure a lot of y'all are excited for it. So I threw it out there. Even though it's not really a surprise, it's probably not even really a positive at that point. It's not really the sequel that, and I feel like a lot of companies do that now. It's not really the sequel that people are surprised or really thankful for. Well, let me not say that. I mean, I'm sure they are thankful, but like, think of another example. Okay, like when Halo 5 gets announced, does anyone breathe a sigh of relief that thank God another one is coming out? Even though technically they announced a second trilogy of games numerically when Halo 4 was announced. It said no, be Halo 4, 5, and 6 at least. So anyways, though, let's continue here. So now, minus those things here, there was a lot I didn't like about the Sony conference. Sony conference was 2 hours long. If I recall correctly, the Microsoft conference was 90 minutes long. Nintendo's was 45 minutes long. And I'll get into the Nintendo one later on here, but relevant to Sony, Sony's conference could have easily been a strong. It could have been a decent 90-minute, and it could have been a strong 60-minute. In terms of your quality of presentation for a conference, I feel like knowing your editing and knowing your pacing is key here. Like, I don't know. It got about an hour in. The new head of Sony, whatever his name is, Numbers Mick Excel spreadsheet guy comes out and just fucking bloats on and on and on about all this technical data that no gamer gives any two fucks about. Only literally talking directly to Sony shareholders. Like, hey Sony, hey shareholder, I know you're holding to that lucrative Sony stock, and I understand you could probably buy something a little more less risky, like, I don't know, Apple stock or whatever. But dude, no, work with me here. Look at what I got. Look at all these numbers I have for you to make me look really fucking good right now. And it's like, that's really not how you build trust. Is like, I don't know. You can obviously see that, you know, with Microsoft getting their new head here, Phil, whatever his name is, that like, games was obviously the concrete. I mean, they said games every fucking 4 seconds during the conference here. May have been a little overkill, but that's fine because they're being tryhards about winning back the respect of getting hardcore demographic gamers on their side. And here Sony comes with the fucking TV, television, stats, PSN, whatever. I don't even remember what it really talked about exactly because it was so boring in that 60 to 90 minute mark. I almost fell asleep. Actually, because I was pretty tired. I've been up till like 4 a.m. waking up at 9 a.m. for every conference the last 2 days, so I'm pretty beat right now. But yeah, it was a snore fest, and then I feel like they threw out like the expected trailers and whatnot for stuff at the end there. But what I was really mad about was okay, sorry, my point there, yeah. So worst paced conference. It definitely dragged, and it could have been at least 30 minutes shorter to make everything not as boring. Blood about stats. I wish I could detail that further. I can't, unfortunately. I don't exactly even remember what he was talking about the whole time. I just remember being bored out of my mind because it was all like repetitive, useless shit that has no business being explained at an E3. I don't know. I feel like it's desperate. Action speaks louder than words. I don't know if that's. I mean, I get it though. It's a delicate balancing act when it comes to appeasing your CFOs, your COOs, your shareholders, and you got so many cooks in the kitchen. You got so many divisions to deal with. Maybe Sony Japan wanted them to bloat about that. Maybe the fact that Sony's selling off the Vio line of computers led to them having to really stress the confidence of the gaming division of Sony at this point. I can't. Who fucking knows? But what's relevant to me as a viewer is not being bored shitless with all these retarded dumb stats, especially after Microsoft did not do that. Microsoft came in strong with the intent of games, and Sony played the cocky. It didn't react. You did it last year. You didn't even reveal your PS4 stance on anything because you're waiting for Microsoft to shoot themselves in the fucking dick like Cheddar Bob and 8 Mile. And then here you are not reacting to Microsoft's conference. Like, how can you? I tweeted. I've been tweeting a lot last couple days. I tweet whenever I can here. But there was a tweet about how the Microsoft stock dropped after their conference because people came off ultimately underwhelmed compared to the euphoric high they got whenever Sony whenever Sony fired shots at Microsoft. Sorry, tongue twister. I'm bad at talking here. Last conference, right? And then you compare that to if you Sony looking at your notes and your outline for what you're gonna do for your full 2-hour conference, after seeing how focused Microsoft's was by comparison, I feel like you should have reacted or something. You had hours. You had fucking 10 hours to react here. I feel like they didn't take advantage of that. And then finally, probably the most important point here about Sony's conference, no Kaz Hirai. If y'all don't know, if y'all are completely new here, new to the E3 shitposting drama that I'm such a big fan of here, Kaz Hirai is the gentleman who most recently showed the PS Vita when that was announced 3 years ago. Showed off the PSP 3000. He's the Ridge Racer guy. He's the guy who holds the PSP with pride and it's all Ridge Racer. Yeah, that's Kaz Hirai. Kaz Hirai has actually, let me add here. This is really just poor host. That's really the problem with their conference. They didn't have after Jack Tretton left Sony, and mind you, Tretton was awful the first year he did it, but he got better at it over time, or got less corny and uncomfortable, obviously, at what he was doing. Dude, no one was quite. Kaz Hirai was like one of the few executives at Sony who actually had decent stage presence. He always had his pink or pink/fuchsia button up. Could present any bullshit with the minimal filler. Compare that to the guy from Sony Europe, the one who has the pedophile voice, the one who started the conference off this year. I don't know what his name is, but I don't like him at all when it comes to his presentation style. I feel like you could fucking give Kaz Hirai a call, get his fucking bitch ass out of Japan, get him over here to make your conferences less awkward, I guess you could say. So let's keep going here. So overall, though, yeah, bad pacing, overdrawn, under-delivered, bad. But I'll get into further about the overall rating of Sony when I compare it to the next one. Let's move on for now, though. So, next up is Nintendo. So, Nintendo, I have a lot of great things to say about them. I know some people are probably gonna, actually, wait, here, that's not the whole thing. I actually have, I'm excluding some things here. Here we go, okay. Okay, so, great conference, tight editing, entertaining with gameplay. I need I say more? It was, while it technically wasn't live, it was a digital event, it wasn't a conference. I don't see the obligation. I mean, seeing how well it works for Nintendo, I don't see the obligation to continue making the Microsoft and Sony ones live as well. Nintendo used the advantage of it not being live with production value, with the robot chicken skits, and delivering a commentary indirectly towards the attitude that gamers have had with Nintendo and been fed up with for a while now, such as the Mother 3 call out in the beginning, Star Fox call out, which was actually answered during the conference. I found those to be really good and having some really good production value. I thought they, if you're gonna not do it live, the direction they went with it was really, really awesome. It was really fun. And at the very end, you worry that this is going to be a Nintendo Direct with no Miyamoto whatsoever, because maybe he's in the lab making some games, or he's really, committing to what he said, a year and a half ago about backing off and working on smaller projects as his first gate into retiring from gaming, I guess you could say. And it's still something, dude. You see Miyamoto at the EAD Tokyo desk, wherever he's at, playing that Star Fox Wii U alpha build with the screen all porno blurred out and everything, and porno blurred out and everything, and I don't know, I just see a man who's like still having fun with it, still evidence of genuine passion and self-critique at the core of the game-making experience, and I don't get that vibe from anywhere else currently. It's nowhere as big as Nintendo. I get that marketing, profitability, exploitation, and sequelitis. Now, mind you, that sounds kind of like I'm over-exaggerating a lot there when I say that, but at the core of it, you can tell that there's an artistic merit that they personally uphold to value before they release a game. Maybe not for every single game. Maybe, of course, obviously you got the Mario platformers that come out whenever a bad quarter's hitting. New Super Mario Brothers 2. But, you gotta pay the bills somehow. And I've seen the other two companies do much worse than what Nintendo's done on their worst day, so I can't be too mad. Or maybe I am kind of a Nintendo fanboy. You can call me out. Call me out if that's the case. I mean, whatever. But I do like that. That was a big positive here. Now, the one negative some people have said about that conference is that not a lot of games quantity-wise was shown compared to what Sony and Microsoft have to offer. But at the same time, you have to understand that they don't. I'm getting rated here. Oh boy. Wait, what was fuck. Okay, so I'm getting rated. Okay, so this raid here, Destroy Feminism, this is in reference to, thank you whoever rated me, by the way. I don't even know where this is coming from right now, but this, Destroy Feminism is a reference to Ubisoft being called out asking, when are we getting why wasn't Assassin's Creed Unity featuring a female, protagonist, right? And the, let me find that tweet for you real quick here. It was actually, it's so bad, it's fucking hilarious. Let me, hang on one second here, let me see here. Where's that at? So this is the, here is the tweet I particularly, someone found for me here, but, Ubisoft chose not to feature playable female characters in Assassin's Creed Unity because it would have doubled the work. Technical director James toldvideogamer.com that was on our feature list long ago, and it was it was a question of focusing on production. When you change the female characters, you have to use different animations and some other bullshit, and we had to dedicate our resources to something else. We couldn't be bothered doing that. It's unfortunate. It's the reality of gaming development. You know, we have 9 teams working on this game to meet this completely unrealistic release date. So to make everyone happy, we had to ditch the idea for the sake of resource management. Blah 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 blah. Whatever. So it's a bunch of gargling bullshit. Feel free to ironically retweet that to expose Ubisoft for the feminist, the sexist pigs they are, or whatever you want. But let's continue here though. So yeah, keep in mind here that while Nintendo had a very small amount of games shown. I said 10. I'm throwing out a number. I don't even know. It could have been a single digit for all I know. It doesn't really matter. Understand that the first party staying afloat, practically, with the exception of Hyrule Warriors, kinda sorta, and Bayonetta, kinda sorta, that pretty much you had first party alone pushing out an entire E3 scale conference, which is very impressive. You know, it's not really that impressive on Microsoft and Sony's end comparably, that most of the shit that they were showing was multi-platform, third party, and just happened to have, you know, they just bought their way into exclusive DLC or beta access on PS4 or Xbox One first or whatever. That's all chump change. You know, it's all just to get that 51% to have their dick be 1 inch bigger than the other one, so that you buy it on their console instead or whatever. I find that hardly, you know, showing the true girth of the dick that is your conference establishment thing, whatever. I don't know. I'm trying to eat dick, whatever. Eat penis. Call it that if you want to, I guess. But overall, yeah, I was extremely happy with Nintendo's conference this year. And I'm not even saying that as a sigh of relief compared to the train wrecks that were the previous years. I really feel like it really came back around. And that's not even including the Smash Direct, which I thought was also the Smash Invitational. I thought was another really awesome thing. So let's move on here, though. Like I said, I'm in it for the full experience here. So I didn't just watch the Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo conferences. I also was there for the smaller ones. There is a kind of like watching a Yui Bao film or watching a B movie. I'm a shit poster. What can I say? And I did enjoy watching the bad conferences, knowing they were going to be bad, to see how bad they were going to be. So the EA conference, which happened after Microsoft's conference, about 2 hours later, Monday, caught that just to see how bad it would be, how train wreck tastic was going to be. EA's conference, positive, relevant to me, Mirror's Edge 2, or Mirror's Edge the reboot, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just calling it Mirror's Edge 2 for convenience sakes here. Barely any gameplay, no release date still, but hey, I'll take it. I'm really not even mad about it. From what I've seen so far, though, I do like how serious they are taking it. DICE and EA. But ultimately, I guess we'll see what happens. But I'm always excited to see the progress on Mirror's Edge as it comes along. Hopefully next year we'll get a release date. Maybe, we'll see. Now, as for the negatives about the EA's conference, again, that's really all I really cared about. I don't really give a fuck about anything else that EA had to offer here. Sports took up about 50% of the conference, but again, I expected that. You got it. EA's bread and butter is EA Sports. EA Sports Ignite. EA UFC, FIFA, and Madden. They went on a lot about how things have changed in Madden this year. I swear, I think their conference was only about an hour long, and I feel like at least 15 minutes of it was Madden. And then after bloating so long about how this year Madden has changed, Madden 15, they fucking you really had to be there to see it. But like, man, it was like they sucked Madden's dick for so fucking long, and you think it's finally done, and then they throw you a Madden trailer for Madden 15. Like I give a fuck. Like, dude, no, dude. Anyone who plays Madden is a fucking Mountain Dew, Budweiser, beer chugging bro. Again, I'm stereotyping here hardcore here, and I apologize if you actually do enjoy Madden on a regular basis and you are not a dude bro. But they're not anywhere near the E3 con. They don't know what the fuck E3 even is. Like, why are you trying so hard to pander to these people who are not watching the E3 conference at all? But again, that's just me being that guy, because I understand you have shareholders and press that you need to get your message out to and let them know that your intent was to make Madden a better game, and here we are now. I get that. I'm just being a shitposter right now when I say that. You know, I'm mad about, you know, trailer for Madden or whatever. Again, if you were there, the pacing was inappropriate to throw that Madden trailer after Dick riding Madden for so long, you know. The Sims 4 presentation seemed really awkward. I'd have to rewatch again to pinpoint exactly what it was, but if you were there for the Sims 4 announcement, oh man, that shit was fucking weird. And another thing I want to add here too, I'm actually going to expand on this one here, is I'm going to throw this up here. Okay, so is Bruce Lee tossing in his grave. I feel they really pushed this whole Bruce Lee angle with the EA UFC coming out this year or whatever, and I feel like Bruce Lee would definitely disapprove of like using his genuine, sincere advice of life and or how he gets through his day, or how his attitude towards fighting or living is used for marketing grumble BS to make UFC relevant to some positive notion in society now or whatever. I don't even fucking know. It seemed distasteful and really fucking stupid. But again, I can't elaborate further. You just kind of watch it and you'll get an idea of it. I feel like they were out of ideas for how to further put their tingly fingers into the Dubros wallets, and so they decided to just cling to Bruce Lee instead because they had the money to do that or whatever. All right, so that's the EA conference overall, though, and then we move on here. You know, if you're gonna enjoy a bad conference, you know, you gotta grab your big bucket of popcorn and you gotta come in for the Ubisoft conference, right? You have to. So, the Ubisoft conference, the positive here is that this year, unlike the previous year, they didn't have a recording artist do a performance during their conference, which is technically not a positive point, but you have to remember that it went from having Flo Rida do a rap song during their conference last year. Was that last year or was that year before last? I don't remember exactly, but oh dude, like, just fuck, that was retarded. Like, no one is there. You're not even. I could understand the merit of having a live performing artist like Usher or Flo Rida or I don't even fucking know, Miley Cyrus, if you want controversy, I guess, or whatever. You know, I can understand having an artist there when you have live members of the public. You know, like when E3 in 2007 was like a public event, you had 40,000 plus attendees, and there's fuckers everywhere, and people will tweet chronically about, you know, how cool Ubisoft is because you have a recording artist who's technically irrelevant to the entire event, but still there regardless to give you a positive experience. I can understand that. But when E3 is press invite only, and it's just niggers with iPads and laptops blogging chronically the entire time, barely even looking up. They're just transcoding what you're saying and recording you, not even looking at you. They're not actually engaged, you know, as an audience member. They're there to blog their asses off at the conference. That is not when you throw a recording artist performing on stage. That's not what you do. Like, it makes you look dumb, retarded, and like you're trying to distract everyone from the original lack of games you have to present your own fucking conference. Which makes me wonder, well, then why fucking throw a conference in the first place then? Just do fucking PR announcements instead. But they didn't do that this time. They didn't have a recording artist. Instead, it was just a Just Dance dance off thing. You have to, I don't know, you have to kind of watch it to see. It's not that bad, but it's not quite. It was not. Again, you have to really watch the Usher comp thing from last year, or the floor body to really get how cringe can get. This was nowhere near that. This did not last a full 5 minutes. This was like they announced Just Dance, which is now annual. The next point here, by the way, Just Dance is now annual, and that Just Dance 2015, which I totally call. I was like, they're gonna totally do the Pharrell Williams happy. I fucking, you should have been here in my chat. I was here. I fucking called it, and then like a minute later, boom, happy. I was like, oh my god, unoriginal as fuck. But whatever though. Anyways, so Just Dance is annual, and now there's like a Just Dance app where you can like join in on your friends dancing, and you can create your own flash mob IRL thanks to the app or some shit like that. I don't know. And then as they reveal that, everyone gets on stage and starts doing like a orchestrated flash mob Just Dance, phone app thing or whatever. I don't know what the fuck it was, but that happened, and it's Ubisoft, so it wasn't not expected, but it was still unneeded or whatever. I don't know. Maybe because I don't give a shit at all about Just Dance, or maybe because. But I get it though. Again, it's for the shareholders to have confidence, not so much for actually me to give a fuck about their games. So let's move on though. The other thing was, and I might be exaggerating here, but like half the conference was Ass's Crude. I'm sorry, I tried to think of a cool name here, but Ass's Crude Urine. That's Ass's Creed Unite. I don't know. If you have like better shitpost names, by all means, go for it. But Crude Urine, I swear, had like 30 minutes of their hour-long conference. Like they were really pushing Ass's Creed, and what do I want to say about that too? I don't know, maybe because I don't care about Assassin's Creed. I don't know, do people still even care about Assassin's Creed? Like, after the one Ubisoft developer made that comment about how there will be an Assassin's Creed every fucking year until consumers get tired of it, like, to have that attitude about a game franchise, to literally go the Activision Guitar Hero route with your game, oversaturated to the point where it gets stagnant and no one gives a fuck anymore, to the point where a sequel announcement is groaned and moaned more than excitement and surprise. When will they learn? When will they learn that, like, that's, you gotta have the artistic merit meet the business sensibility at some point. You can't just fucking do the business side 24/7. You gotta. But I mean, I don't know. I guess that's American business, though, right? Or technically, well, they're not. Actually, Ubisoft's not even an American company. They're what, French, right? But I swear that they act like fucking Americans, though. Like, I mean, I get it though. I mean, if you're the CEO or the operating president for Ubisoft, you're here to make your $40 million at the cost of Assassin's Creed's integrity as a game franchise, and then you don't give a fuck. You got paid, and then you dip out, or you dip out and you go work at Zynga where you do 2% of the work and make the same amount of money anyway. So it's like, fuck it, whatever. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm over hypothesizing on that, but that is that's how I feel like it goes in my mind here. So, anyways, half the conference was Crude Urine, and not much more beyond that. This is the one that I really didn't like either. For Rainbow Six, what was it called? Rainbow Six Siege. They labeled it as pre-alpha footage, complete with incomplete animations and uncanny valley renderings of human beings. They look like creepy mannequin dolls. They weren't even like ready yet. And dude, not that you can't show pre-alpha footage, but I feel like for a conference to show pre-alpha footage, well, this is tough to say, because like, I faulted a previous conference for having too much cinematic pre-rendered non-gameplay as your be-all end-all impression for your game that you're announcing this year or whatever. That's not really a thing I think is a good idea. At the same time, though, I guess technically showing pre-alpha gameplay footage is better than showing a pre-rendered cutscene. But at the same time, I don't feel like that's the case either, though. I feel like those are both negatives and bad ideas. But I mean, you know, again, I'm not a game developer, so I can't go over the specifics of, you know, maybe of how much time it costs to get a game presentable ready when they're still making the game, right? But I don't know. I thought it was cute. This is really not negative. This is me just kind of nitpicking here, but I think it was cute that they had to label it as pre-alpha footage to completely allow. That way, they have their free pass to show the game in its creepiness form and not have anyone, you know, post negative impressions, because if you do, then you're retarded because you don't know what pre-alpha obviously means or whatever. So there's Ubisoft. Moving further on here, there was another conference that many people didn't stay up for, and that would be the Konami conference. Konami's conference was this morning, Tuesday. It was Tuesday, 3 a.m. Pacific, so it was like 5 a.m. my time zone. And here's what I can tell you about it. It didn't have Tak Fuji, so I don't give a fuck. Tak Fuji is literally a god when it comes to E3. Tak Fuji is the One Moon Troops. Tak Fuji is they had a conference. Yes, they had a conference. They Konami's conference showed Metal Gear Solid 5 extensively, along with Pro Evolution Soccer 2015. Some Castlevania shit. I don't even know what the fuck it was. I don't think it was anything important though. But here's the point, that that doesn't fucking matter. I mean, it does not fucking matter. The point is, there was no Tak Fuji. Like, here's how you tell me how to conference. Here's the problem, man. Here's the problem with that. Like, I feel like unfortunately Konami is embarrassed by Tak Fuji's presence the previous years, right? And instead they should totally embrace that. You know, look at how much positive reception Reggie at Nintendo has gotten for embracing all the memes he's a part of now. You know, my body is Reggie, my body is ready, you know, I'm the Reginator, you know, blah blah blah. You know, they have fun with it. And I think that's a really good attitude to have towards it being a successful thing. Because right now, other than Hideo Kojima, what else is the face of Konami right now? Nothing. And I think that if I was in their position, I would have Fuji fucking up your guys as the public's ass 24/7. I would have you know, have his adorable, sweet, bad English speaking face be the face of Konami. People love him. But then I don't know, maybe I don't know how you know, Japanese reception works, or I don't know if they are like embarrassed by the fact that he doesn't speak great English. You know, again, second language, which is better than what most of us Americans are doing anyway, so you really have no room to judge for whatsoever. And so yeah, I was a little sad that they haven't and maybe Fuji was busy developing another game, who fucking knows. But I was kind of sad that there was no Tak Fuji. There was no flair. So though, mind you, again, I didn't watch the Konami conference live. I didn't watch the whole thing, so I don't know. I don't have a concrete judgment to give you for the Konami conference. Tak Fuji has cancer. Does he really have cancer? So yeah, that's the Konami conference. Now, finally here, let me see here. Let's see here. Finally, overall, reminder that last year, the reason why you think that Sony did a great job is more so because Microsoft dug themselves into a grave really hardcore, and then Sony updated and reacted to their bad conference PR with slamming the fuck out of them directly with the most epic of shots fired ever. No, it wasn't that Sony did great and Microsoft did bad, and it was awesome. It was more that Sony did average shots fired everywhere, because Microsoft did so fucking bad. You know, they're like way down here or whatever, right? This is what actually happened. It was not this. It was this, and that difference is what created the illusion that last E3 was amazing. Sony didn't actually really do that much in their conference. It was actually a pretty average conference, because it had a lot of shots fired, and for the first time in a while, it returned to a focus on gaming. The reality is that you compare it to earlier E3s like E307, which is like one of my favorite ones. E307 and E306 are like two of my favorite ones because there was just so much going on in those 2 years, especially in 07 because it was just like the peak of public attendance. You know, you Los Angeles citizen can just buy a ticket and go attend E3, and it was fucking crazy. 40,000 attendees plus, cosplaying everywhere, lines everywhere, every booth trying to outdo each other. I wish I had pictures to show you what it was like, but from what I've read, it was fucking amazing. And I tried to detail that in a previous post, or a previous Real Talk like last year or whatever, but I don't have that right now to show you. But it's nothing like that now. E3 the last 5 years has been, pretty much ever since 07, E3 has not been the same. Even though it moved to Santa Monica, back to the LA Convention Center, it is still not quite the same. You know, it went from being a public thing for the gamers, now it's a agenda-based Illuminati pact with ESA and the media briefings now. It's not quite the same as it was before. So, just a friendly reminder about that. So the last E3s, 2011 with the... Let's give you a brief reminder here, 2011 was home of Nintendo's probably worst conference so far. That was one where they had the soccer mom and Shaun White, the soccer mom executive at Nintendo, who I'm sure got fired at this point because she had a terrible presence anyway. Yeah, all right. Yeah, she was one who did the Nintendogs demo. Was fucking awful. Shaun White was on stage. You didn't give a fuck about. Had the Wii Music drummer solo, which was really fucking awkward. Bad. It was a bad conference for Nintendo overall, if you remember that. 2012. I don't remember specifically what happened in 2012. I think 2011 I think was also home to the Kinect debut, and that one was also really, really bad too. With the Kinectimals, little girl live demo being cringing and just awful to look at. The Kinect Sports demo with the two guys being just bad acting all around. So bad it's amusing for bad reasons. Bad. And what else too? There was some more stuff here, but if you can just remind yourself in your head of how bad and cringe and like how ketchup and spaghetti these conferences were in the past, you can now get a realization that this one was not an amazing E3, just that the other ones were so abysmal by comparison. It seems like this one was an amazing E3. This is actually an average E3 overall, with Nintendo having the most decent of the conferences here. So that's what I wanted to bring up here. And again, in retrospect here, relevant to me right now. I don't know if you really care about my opinion on next gen. I've said before, and I can give you a brief run back here. I'll say it again here. That currently, I feel like next gen doesn't really start until the big haymakers come out and play. Particularly Kingdom Hearts 3 FF15. I feel like on a mass adoption scale, you're not going to see anyone break out into break out and buy a console at $300 plus price tag until some really big shit forces everyone to do it. I feel like the game has changed a little bit now. Like, gaming has gotten so expensive that maybe it's me. I don't know. Again, this is how I feel everyone is. I don't know if it's I no longer work GameStop anymore, so I don't have like that real field retail experience to give you a very thorough, observant opinion on what's actually happening with consumers right now. I just want to tell you how I feel based off of how I feel at this point now. So it's a little bit less educated of an opinion, so I can't give you a full breakdown. But I feel like Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15 are both things people bought previous consoles for. Well, particularly, actually, technically, Final Fantasy 13 Versus and Last Guardian. People bought previous consoles for, and are now having to wait this generation for. Like, this is the name of the game now. Is like you don't buy a console because the next generation has arrived. You buy a next gen console out of necessity because either a company is holding an exclusive hostage until you do it. I've had friends who bought an Xbox One because Dead Rising didn't have a PC. Dead Rising 3 didn't have a PC release. I have friends who bought an Xbox One because Killer Instinct is only on Xbox One. I have you've got friends who already bought because Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to come to it eventually. You know, people are not buying consoles because it's the next PlayStation, the next Xbox. They are buying them because they're treasured IP they've been fucking clamoring for the whole time. You know, even have someone buy an Xbox One because Halo is going to come out for it eventually or whatever, right? You see where I'm getting here, this whole point. So that's becoming more of the factor, and that you're not gonna see the big guns come out until, in my opinion, the biggest guns being all in Square Enix's court, because it's been overdue for so long here. KH3, FF15 is what'll happen. Now, with that explained fully here, relevant to me, Xbox One, PS4. PS4 for me, stronger of the two consoles, obviously. The controller I identify more with concerning Kingdom Hearts 3, because I played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 on a PS2. I would get a PS4 for Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15. You know, eventually. Let me also add here Last Guardian. I'm a huge... I love conceptually what Last Guardian has had to offer so far, and I'm really, really excited for whenever it finally does get released. Though it is a shame they didn't reveal anything at this show whatsoever, which I'll get into that point next in a second here. But yeah, and then currently right now, Xbox One, relevant to me, again, it's just, you know, it has Sunset Overdrive, and it will eventually have Halo 2 HD. But Sunset Overdrive, while it looks fucking amazing, and I do want to play it, it to me right now is not $460 good. It's not quite there yet. I'm not ready to blow $460 for Sunset in an Xbox One. Halo 2 HD sounds awesome, but same thing, I'm not ready to blow $460 on that right now. I don't know. I'm older, I'm wiser, I'm a little bit more patient. Maybe because I kind of play the backseat with the previous generation of games where I didn't really do much. Maybe because of speedrunning being a higher priority for a lot of my gaming related activity. I don't know, whatever it is now, I'm more patient, you know? I don't know. It's not really, I'm not really dying to do anything. I don't know, Nintendo still gets me. I'm still immune to it. You know, I bought Mario Kart 8 day one. Don't really have any regrets on that end. You know, bought 3D World day one. Loved it. Need to finish it, but you know, still haven't gotten around to it. But yeah. So overall, the report card here. Don't have to put too much of emphasis on grades, but I know you guys love grades anyway, so I'll just throw you some regardless. Let's see here. So. Let me see here. Do this, do that. Okay, that. Alright, so here's a kind of BS whipped up report card I guess I have for you here. Microsoft, C+. Keep in mind here, C is average. It was above average. It was a stepping stone, but I don't know. Still wasn't quite. Can certainly get better. Sony was pretty bad, but at the same time, it wasn't like a spectacular failure. It was just boring, had a lot of filler, and for me was below average. Nintendo's made me feel like you know, reiterating to me that there's still passion over there, and that they're not letting the financial crunch get them desperate, but instead buckle down and get more confident in what is going to be released. You know, like we already know for next year that there's going to be you're going to get a lot of hungry details for Zelda U, which could be the game changer. You know, just let's go back here when the GameCube was struggling and Resident Evil 4 changed the game. Melee changed the game. You know, niggas were like, you know, why should I get the fucking purple lunchbox? And you're like, well, RE4, all, you know, it's the best. It's the home of all the best Sonic games released this generation. You know, Heroes and Adventure DX and Adventure 2 Battle, and I guess Shadow if you were into Shadow or whatever. So you know, home of the best Sonic port, home to the best Sonic multi-platforms that generation. Resident Evil 4 and Melee. That alone was enough for me. I didn't need much more to warrant the existence of getting a GameCube. That alone was plenty for me right there. I played those more than I played everything else I owned that generation, including GTA 3, Vice City, Halo 2, and whatever the fuck else I can't think of from that generation or whatever. So, likewise, same thing here. Again, maybe I'm not the dude bro consumer that everyone is clamoring for. I am not the PS4 Mountain Dew Doritos eating asshole, so I can't relate to you blowing money on fucking modern Call of Duty Advanced Warfare this year or whatever. I don't know if you even care about Call of Duty anymore or whatever, but you know, Nintendo still gets it done for me. So B+, sense of wonder, love the Miyamoto segment, love the sense of humor there, love the reassurance and confidence what they're going to be releasing, and I'm confident there'll be more to come. Based on all the positive reception that they got this year for how the conference went and how the Smash Invitational went, I'm pretty certain that they will hopefully learn from it and not pull a Sony this year and get cocky and bloat out, you know, the turnaround they got. You know, they are thankful for what they have currently because the Wii U is failing, and they'll go from there. You know, I'm happy with that. EA is EA. EA has been dying the last like 6 years straight. You look at their stock prices, you look at their performances year over year, you look at how Madden sales year over year have been declining because it's been stagnant with no competition to give them an incentive and a drive to do better at what they're doing when it comes to their sport franchises rather than buying on a monopoly. Which I think didn't happen with the exclusive NFL licensing deal, but that's not exactly relevant to right now. Point is EA, and you already know if you hate EA, you hate EA. I mean, at this point, after the whole, after the SimCity online requirement fiasco, does anyone really trust EA with anything anymore? Do you really have confidence in them turning it around? I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, anyways, C-, below average. I mean, technically, it's worse than all the other ones. It's worse than all the other ones, excluding Ubisoft. But whatever. Ubisoft was just fucking bad. It was, and I'm not even talking it's bad because of Aisha Taylor. It's not bad because Assassin's Creed. It's bad just because I don't know. Go watch it, dude. Like it's go watch the Ubisoft one because it's kind of a fun. I'm sure there's a supercut abridged thing on YouTube for the Ubisoft conference this year. Check it out and see how much cringe there is. There was a lot of cringe going on this year over there. And then Konami didn't have Tak Fuji, so I didn't even care. So I put Fuki. There you go. So there is my report cards, and now let's move on to two more topics, and then I think I'm finally done ranting about everything here, and that would be give me 1 second. Let me pull this up real quick. Alright, so the next topic this gets to here is, well, why didn't, or this is like the one thing everyone, you know, is asking right now. Why didn't Square Enix show Final Fantasy 15? Why didn't they show Kingdom Hearts 3? Why not at least give us a new trailer? Why publicly announce Talk Woolly? Okay, alright. Talk Woolly World of Riot. Alright, so okay. My opinion of the new Yoshi yarn, Yoshi's Woolly World, it's not an interesting topic to talk about. I don't have a lot to say. Like, okay, Woolly World looks better than Yoshi's New Island, which is not saying a lot though. That's the problem. Like, cause the reality is, I backed up from giving a brash, harsh opinion of Yoshi's New Island because, admittedly, I am a huge fan. I am a tremendous fan of Yoshi's Island, the original, and I'm so accustomed to it now that any difference and change I will likely reject and dislike because of habit and familiarity, right? You know, people who play Melee for the last 14 years are gonna, or whatever, or you know, when Brawl came out, you know, rejected Brawl because it was bad, but it was later proven that it actually is bad from a competitive standpoint, but it wasn't intended that way. But it's not really relevant to right now. Anyways, point is, because I'm a speedrunner for Yoshi's Island, you know, every single change that is present in Yoshi's New Island, I would reject for the worst because the game's going to be slower. So that's why I was hesitant to technically blame it on the game being bad, and more so that I'm just an asshole who's being picky and wants to be spoiled by having a Yoshi's Island 2 come out that's fast, speedy, and really just infinitely amazing that the original Yoshi Island is, you know. But so we fast forward now, though. I can now say with confidence that now I'm looking at Yoshi's Yarn, it looks more promising. I can tell you with the fact that Yoshi's New Island sucks 20 dicks per second, blows ass. I don't like it. I actually hate it. I hate the music. I hate the controls. I think it's slow. I think it's dumb. I don't like it at all. And I think the Jumbo 8 gimmick is fucking retarded, and that I will not play it probably ever again because fuck that game. So with that in mind, now I can officially say that Yoshi's New Island has no interest in mine. I have no interest in it whatsoever. Yoshi's Yarn, by comparison, looks a little more promising. It at least looks conceptually decent. So I'll say that much. It has my interest right now. But will it be? The worry now, though, is that like it looks like based off the themes present, that it's going to be like Kirby Epic Yarn, where it's going to be way too easy and simple, I guess you could say. I don't know. I'm not really like. I don't know. I'm hoping the difficulty is not like turned to 0 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? You know, Yoshi's Epic Yarn was fucking boring because it's literally meant for a 4-year-old. No, I'm sorry, 2-year-old. Like I've seen 4-year-olds beat Sonic 2, so it's like, you know, I gotta think about who couldn't beat Epic Yarn here. Good lord. So all I can say for right now is we'll wait for more gameplay footage to come. I don't know. When I get my hands on it, we'll see. Will I get it opening day? I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, not really. I don't know. I don't have like a detailed. I don't know. Everyone wants my opinion. I don't have like a detailed, interesting opinion. Like I have to wonder, like, what do people ask Cosmo about Wind Waker or Zelda U? Like, what's his opinion on Zelda U? And there's like nothing to talk about, really. I feel like that right now. There's nothing really to talk about. I don't know. I'm not playing it, so I can't say anything. But okay. Anyways though. So back on topic here. Now that I've supplied you with that. Talk Smash Tournament or Riot. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Smash Tournament. I don't know. Dude. Do I ever talk about this? Like, you watch the tournament. You've seen all the idiots who are mad about the rule set or whatever. It clearly, the Smash Invitational's primary objective was to give much needed exposure to Smash for the mass audience. It was not meant to actually appease anyone in a competitive sense for a tournament purpose. Could the rule set have been better to minimize that case? Totally, but it didn't really fucking matter. It's unfortunate for CT0 that it came down to either going for the dude. Okay, one, they're playing standing up, so it's like I don't even know. You're already in an unfamiliar, uncomfortable position playing. You have the commentators. You know, typically commentators during a Smash tournament are talking to a headset. They're talking to a headset, and they are so far away from the player that their commentary cannot get inside the player's head and distract them from what their current performance and function is. But at that Smash Invitational, D1 and Prague, and Scar, my nigga Bobby Scar, I love you, bro. All of them had the microphone, and it was blaring through the stadium. So anything they were saying, I'm sure, was getting into. The players were so distracted with the crowd going on, and the live commentary on what they were doing, probably getting into their head. Every mistake being analyzed and brought up, I'm sure, even though it probably wasn't a lot of pressure anyway. I mean, who knows? But like, having that live commentary in their head, one-on-one, having Scar remind everyone out loud that if it comes down to the time's up, it is not tournament rule, it is sudden death. They're actually going to play out the sudden death, I I don't know. I actually forgot that. I was so set in my old tournament mode ways. I thought, you know, yeah, just time out and you fucking win. And I forgot it goes to sudden death. I'm sure CT0 probably did the same thing, maybe, possibly. Who fucking knows, though. But the point is, he had maybe 15 seconds to make a call. Those of you who are mad about him stalling out to get the sudden death, and then he wins because of it. You know, 15 seconds to make that call. I mean, you know, Hungrybox played campy too, to get to where he was. I really don't see how you can be mad at CT0 for doing what he did. Again, I mean, what would you have done in that decision? I mean, you say what you would have done, but I don't fucking believe you. I don't know. You don't even know what the fuck you would have done. Maybe Scar's commentary would have made you back off from doing what Zero did instead of embracing his advice to go for the timeout. You know, you don't know that, so you can't be mad about that. So who fucking cares? Again, the objective was to give exposure to Smash, not to complain about items being on. Even though, they want to bring this one up here though. Even though PPMD, big shout out to my boy right there. Even though PPMD totally got fucked over by items in his second match, whatever it was, the fan favorite one. Dude, it was so fucking dumb. Made me hate items for a second there, you know. But again, I get it though. I get it. Exactly. It's just an invitational. I totally fucking agree. So, you know, there's my talk on the invitational. It did its purpose. It was great. Really, the face value here is that Nintendo, what you should really be glamoring and celebrating here is not that CT0 won by being cheap or whatever. Instead, it should be the fact that Nintendo, in 1 year, went from shutting down Melee being streamed at EVO for due to a charitable cause to throwing a Smash Invitational. That's one hell of a fucking 180 in the right direction, you know. That's big. That's what you should be focusing on, not all this negative fucking literally internet child yelling at a fucking goat, yelling at the fucking wall tier argument over the merits of a fucking Smash Invitational tournament set. It's stupid. It's stupid, and you're fucking stupid. So, there you go. Now, back to Talk Splatoon or Riot. Oh my god. Okay, alright. Splatoon. Are you guys gonna keep fucking doing this now? Splatoon looks fucking awesome, son. Splatoon has fucking... Take Mario Sunshine's flood mechanics, but have it add like actual tech to it with like being able to squid your way through your team's own puddle juice. And it looks really fucking cool. Like, I kid you not. Dare I say, I mean, I don't want to commit to it now. I mean, who fucking knows what I'm doing whenever the game comes out here. But, dare I say, Splatoon might have my day one purchase. Like, it looks really fucking legit. The game has tech. The game has strat. The game looks like it's gonna be really fun for competitive play. Like, I like what I'm seeing there a lot. I really fucking do, dude. Like, just the fact that you would see, like, even, like, the scrub E3 demoers, you would see, like, okay, like, they would spawn in their base, right? It'd be, like, 4 of them. You would see 3 of them run forward, spraying the puddle juice everywhere, and you'd see, like, one of them stay behind, and then fucking just, you know, 360 nut everywhere or all around their base, so they'd get their base as covered in a relatively ratioable amount of time possible, and then you would turn to the squid, jump into the, because remember, you can turn to a squid and you can go into your own puddle just when your teammates leave, and move and travel faster in your own puddle juice to catch up with your teammates or whatever. You know, you can do that. So you know, he would cover their own base and then catch up with them to go for the 4v4 assault that will eventually collide in the middle. You know, really, 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 really awesome. What is this game? Splatoon is a... do I really have to... I'm sure it's like a trailer. Here's a trailer right here. Anyways, though, so yeah, Splatoon looks really fucking awesome, and I'm excited to check it out when it comes out this year. Okay, all right, so now that I'm okay, now finally, let's go back to what you originally didn't ask, but I'm gonna pretend you asked anyway. So why didn't Square Enix show any games at this E3? Blah blah blah. Right? I forgot how I actually worded this thing originally here. Here's the point about that. And here's like something I suspect may be the case now. A lot of y'all are familiar with E3, but I feel like a decent portion of you guys don't know about the other major show, arguably the second biggest one in existence here, and that would be the Tokyo Game Show. Tokyo Game Show is held in September, and again, I suspect, I don't have a concrete reason for why it's maybe happening here, but why would Japanese developers, bring their haymakers, their big guns to an American-centric conference when you can probably, bring more domestic Japanese pride? Again, I don't know the real reason here. I'm just throwing out what could be a reason, but I suspect for whatever reason Square Enix is holding back all of their shit for Tokyo Game Show. I would suspect that they will deliver in some form at least either extended cinematics, a new trailer, or both, or gameplay demo, all three, to Tokyo Game Show in some form for at least Final Fantasy 15. Kingdom Hearts 3's announcement was literally like pre-alpha footage made for the announcement, with the announcement that the game is now in development. So it's like, with the current team that's probably intended to develop Kingdom Hearts 3 still working on Final Fantasy 15 currently, with Nomura and all of them. So, announcing that the game is in development, you guys need to really reconsider the realistic pacing of that game's development. That Kingdom Hearts 3 probably won't get a date until 2016. Okay, I'm calling that right now. You're not even gonna get a date until the year after next. And then you can start, calculating if you're gonna get a delay into 2018 or not. Like real talk here. Okay. So yeah, Final Fantasy 15 though, I would suspect would get some serious treatment at TGS. Likewise, anything else that you didn't see from a Japanese developer, I would suspect there's probably some serious effort going on to make Tokyo Game Show respectful and as big as it used to be in the past. Because I suspect that some people think it's gotten smaller or less respected for showing off how great Japanese development can be. I wouldn't be surprised. It seems really weird to not have to not bring any mention whatsoever, especially after all of the extremely positive reception of KH3 and Final Fantasy 15 for Sony's conference last year, to do a complete 180 and go stone cold, unless you had a reason. And what would that reason be? To make Japanese gaming domestic look bigger and better, I would suspect. Same thing with Last Guardian. Last Guardian being developed by Team Eco's, Sony's Team Eco team. Very, very Japanese developers here. I would suspect they also are saving their big guns for Tokyo Game Show. In their case, maybe they didn't have anything ready to show for this E3 this year. I mean, who fucking knows? I mean, that the game's been going through some development trouble lately. But I hope that I see these games at Tokyo Game Show. We'll see. If you had fun shitposting in my chat during E3 while I hung out and watched everything the entire time, I will be probably doing the same fucking thing come September for Tokyo Game Show. It's a little bit hard to get the conferences, it's a little bit harder to deal with all the translations you have to get through to really get that whole E3 experience, but it doesn't matter. It still will be fun. I'll probably be here doing the same thing then. So I look forward to seeing you guys as well. Okay. So, there is everything. I have detailed Microsoft, Sony, Konami, Ubisoft, Nintendo. This E3 compared to last year's E3. The reason why this E3 was missing things that are going to probably be at Tokyo Game Show this year. And, talk... Fuck you guys. Oh my god, dude. Talk Pac-Man or Riot. Okay. Pac-Man, done well. Done well. Let me see here. What was I worried about here? Okay. Alright, so when they announced Pac-Man, I was worried that they were going to take it into this creepy art direction. the one with the most recent rendition, where it's like Pac-Man has like colored pupils and looks fucking creepy as shit with, because he has like, you know, like teeth and shit or whatever. I was worried it was gonna be this one, and thankfully that's not the case. What I saw was really, 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 really awesome. They have the best rendition of Pac-Man to use from, I believe, from Pac-Man Adventures. It's not creepy. It's not bad. I mean, Pac-Man is not really a surprising choice. Kind of like, but you know, just like the Mii Fighter, it's not necessarily bad. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. So I look forward to Pac-Man. If you haven't already seen the trailer for it here, you can check it out. What's that over here? I haven't seen anything on here twice. Oh. Sorry. Yeah, I don't have the entire thing here. So what's I forgetting here? Okay, so before I go here though, I'll share with you, there's a couple of videos I recommend you check out here. So here is take all these down here. This is the trailer for, you guys are going so fast here. Alright. Real quick, I'm just gonna throw on, you guys are going so fast. Alright, hang on a second. Okay, alright. So one, you have this. This is the Pac-Man video. This is the Pac-Man debut trailer for Smash. If you missed the Mega Man debut, or if you missed, like, you know, the hype of the Smash Invitational, which was the Mega Man Final Smash, here's the 30-second clip right there for you. If you okay, what else do I need to show you here? If you want to see how shit Sonic Boom is looking, here is proof that Sonic Boom is gonna be fucking terrible. Keep going here. If you need proof that Platinum Games is doing it right, here's the Bayonetta 2 trailer, which was really fucking awesome. Really excited about that here. If you need proof that Mario Party 10, which was revealed indirectly at the Nintendo E3 Playhouse thing, here is cement proof that Mario Party 10 will still suck ass. If you want to know more about that one game I brought up earlier about during the Microsoft conference, Ori and the Blind Forest, here is the HD trailer, the one I was looking for earlier. Here's that one. Really fucking awesome. Let me know if you're hyped for it yourself too. That's really great. If you didn't see the quote-unquote distasteful nostalgia DLC for Dead Rising 3, here is that. If you want to see the game if I had an Xbox One, the one that I would buy on day one, Sunset Overdrive, here's a trailer for that. And if you need to see the most disrespectful, tacky use of a nostalgia product for the sake of making their product more relevant, then check out the Project Spark trailer here. This has the at the very end, the last 20 seconds has the Conquer thing that like kind of pissed off everyone, including myself. So there's all the videos I would say worth checking out there. Check them all out. So there's all that. Check them all out if you get a chance here. Also extremely relevant here, if you saw that Sony decided to announce that they're doing a Ratchet & Clank movie which comes out next year. A lot of you didn't feel like a lot of you probably don't notice actually, but Sony announced before that they're also making a Sly Cooper movie as well here, and here's the trailer for that. Comes out in 2016. But I mean, who really gives a fuck about the Sly Cooper movie when you have such better things to do, like oh, one second, I'm grabbing it for you right now here. Okay, alright, so Now, yes, check out that Sly Cooper trailer when you get a chance here. But who gives a fuck about that when you have such better material like the Adventures of Sly Cooper comic, which came out alongside Sly Cooper 2 way back in 2004 as a promotional marketing material. It's fucking amazing. You should read this. This is so good. It really shows the potential of how great Sly Cooper can be in the right hands, and beautiful 2D art, dude. It's so good. It's a shame that it's being done in CGI, in my opinion, because it can do so much better. It can do so much more justice. I mean, the original games used 2D art assets, for God's sakes. But yeah, here, check it out when you get a chance here. This is definitely worth reading here. So, there is all the real talk I can throw at you here. I hope I delivered. Again, sorry about not really streaming the last couple of days. I apologize. I've been indulging a little bit there. Also, you know, thank you for being here. Holy fuck! I saw at one point the viewer count was over 1,000, and I was kind of like, some nice links there. What are you talking about? Wait, what? I don't know what you're talking about right now, but okay. I deliver try. All right. So at this point now, I'm done being lazy. So tomorrow I'll be back to doing speedruns and shit again. But while I'm here, I do need to play some Yoshi's Island. I do want to do some practice here. So let's do some warm up and get into that finally. And